Hey, what's up guys? How we doing? So I was sent this video about a week ago on Twitter from Salvador. He sent me 3 different videos. He wanted for me to give him some tips on fielding, on how he can improve his fielding mechanics. This particular video is actually of him doing some trick shots, which it looks like in his living room. I'm going to play the video for you guys, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about why I threw it on here and how it can help you guys. So let's play it. Oops. Okay, so I want to show you guys this video for a couple of reasons. The first reason I wanted to show you is because I always get emails and YouTube messages from players that say, Matt, how do I work on my fielding if I don't have a coach to hit me ground balls, if I don't have anyone to throw to? Um, there's always something. This is a prime example of how all you need is something that bounces. You don't need a field, you don't need a coach, you don't need a baseball bat, you don't really need anything. You just need a ball and a wall, and you can find that anywhere. If you can't find that in your living room like this, you can find it off your garage or off a brick wall of a building somewhere. But there's always some place and something you can do to get better. It doesn't have to be an organized team practice. It doesn't have to be real ground balls. You can be creative, make things up. This work that Salvador's getting right here, he could get in hundreds and hundreds of reps working on his hands, working on all types of things just in his living room without shoes on, without anything. So that's the first thing, is be creative. There's no excuse for not being able to get any work in. You can figure out ways to do it, to get better. The second thing is, watching this video, you can tell that Salvador is, he's a pretty good fielder. He's got good hands. You can tell that he does this a lot. This isn't his first time doing it. And in the 3 videos he sent me, he really doesn't miss any ground balls, no matter what he does. If it's a trick play or just a regular ball, which is pretty impressive, which shows that he works on it a lot, and that's the most important thing. A lot of times when I've played with a ton of really good fielders, some of the best fielders in the world, and they're not the best fielders by accident. Whoops, sorry about that. They're not the best fielders by accident. It's because they work on it constantly. And again, it's not always just getting on the field. They work on it tons of different ways. I've had one player that comes to mind is Beamer Weems. Some of you guys might not have heard of him. He's played in the minor leagues for a while. He was with me with the Padres. I'm not sure if he's gotten up to the big leagues yet. I've kind of haven't been able to follow him the last few years since I left the Padres. But he was always one of the better fielders in our minor league organization. He was amazing at trick plays and doing crazy stuff with his glove. He had unbelievable ability. And I always used to ask him how he got so good at it. And he would tell me that he would practice these plays all the time. He wouldn't just he'd field a ton of regular ground balls, but then he would practice trick plays, and he got really good at them. I remember watching him. I don't remember what year it is, but I remember he used to have a racquetball, and he used to throw it against the wall in the clubhouse, and he'd field balls off the wall with a racquetball, and he'd practice all the time. He was just always fielding. He loved the field. He was always fielding, and what do you know? He was an unbelievable fielder. That's the way it is with most of the best infielders I've ever seen. They're always working on it. They work on it way more than everyone else. And what do you know? The more you work on something, typically the better you get at it. So that's the reason I wanted to shoot this out here. A lot of players, I just get so many emails from players saying that they just don't have the resources to practice baseball. And you don't need fancy resources. I know hundreds of kids from countries. I have lots of friends and lots of infield friends, particularly from countries like Dominican Republic and Nicaragua and Venezuela and Mexico and all over the place. And they don't have the fields that we have. They don't have anything up down there like we have up here. And yet they're unbelievable players because they do things like this. They find they find walls and buildings and just throw things against it. Some of them play with socks wrapped up. They use wooden broomsticks to hit with. They're creative. They don't need baseball bats and coaches and stuff to work on baseball. So we shouldn't need that kind of stuff either up here in America. So let me know if this helped out at all. Let me know if you have any questions. Comment in the section below. Share the video. Like it. I don't know what else I missed. Subscribe to the channel. All that good stuff. And we'll talk to you later.